Hey everybody, welcome back to Cutie Chat Podcast. This is Mary,
And this is Daryl.
and this is your one-stop shop for all things quarantine talk. We talk about current affairs, political, I don't know, political, whatever you want to call it these days, faith, inspiration, motivation, how our lives are doing, how we're doing, how everybody else around us is doing, and everything in between. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. And today we're going to talk about birthdays, holidays, and special occasions in a pandemic 2020. And so, just to get into this topic, coming up is our little sister Jay Z. It's her 35th birthday. She turned 35 yesterday, and we're planning a little birthday dinner for her tomorrow, Friday. And that's really it. We won't be inviting any guests, and it'll just be her, I, my father, and all of us have been around each other the whole time, so you don't have to worry. Everybody's being safe, but um, in the prior episodes, we talked about, how we celebrated Daryl's 40th birthday and how we celebrated the 60th birthday of the First Lady of our church and the church's anniversary and, et cetera, et cetera. His sister had a birthday. Daryl's sister, Leslie, she had a birthday. And so, we're thinking about while it's not ideal to not be able to come together and have like that fellowship with friends and family during these special occasions, we have tried to find ways to be really crafty in terms of still celebrating each other, but also being safe and understanding that the stakes are still pretty high.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know one thing that we've noticed, I know from the very beginning in our neighborhood in the pandemic, we've seen sort of the birthday celebrations where people will drive through honking their horns and there'll be decorated cars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they sort of did that for our first lady's
Birthday.
birthday as well. They let everybody sort of drive through and give her gifts. So they let them drop them in a basket. It was contactless. So we've seen sort of the drive through birthday thing. I know for my birthday it was the Kudo board. So Kudo board is a website where that lets people collect videos and messages for different occasions. And
Mm-hmm.
so Mary created a Kudo board and collected happy birthday messages for my birthday.
And your mom and sister. I want to make sure I give them credit too.
Yeah, it was a whole joint effort. I don't know. I was not involved in the planning, but it ended up that it was a whole operation getting all these people on board without my knowledge, and it worked. And we're utilizing that again, and we've utilized it a couple times, and it really makes people feel good to see reactions and see messages from people that they can't see because everyone's quarantined, and
Right.
it it's really emotional. It was emotional for me, and I've seen other people. It's unexpected sometimes when you see messages from people that you haven't seen in a while.
Right.
I know I got a message from my high school teacher that really tore me up. It was like,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how'd you find my old high school teacher?
Right.
So that's another. The Kudo board is another great thing, or something like that. Something that can be like
Right.
a virtual celebration.
And
People,
and no, we were not paid. We're not endorsing Kudo Board. We're just sharing honestly about our experience, just to put that out there.
yeah, and there are other alternatives out there,
Mm-hmm.
but we found good success
Yeah.
with this one. And yeah, I mean, there have also been just sort of outdoor celebrations where
Right.
everything is set up outdoors, very socially distant, everyone wearing masks and stuff. And that worked well. Like you said, we
Right.
did that for some people's birthdays.
Right. And I know some family members that want to come together, whether they're coming from out of town or they're just going to visit family that they haven't seen in a while. One thing The Rock, his family came down with COVID. And because they had some family over, some close friends. And I think the general rule of thumb is if these are people you're not in close proximity with on a general basis, just to get a COVID test, just to keep everybody safe. And obviously, once you get one, remaining safe and quarantined and masked up, so that way you don't, potentially jeopardize, the people that you come in contact with. Um, Leading into that, so we were like, we really felt like we wanted to be able to celebrate Thanksgiving this year. And what we decided to do is we were going to invite, so it's Daryl and I and my father here at our home, and then obviously Jay Z, because she comes over pretty regularly, and you know she's safe. Daryl's parents have been tested, and they also live a very restricted quarantine life as well, as they are church leaders in their church, so they have to be safe. And so we were thinking we would just remove our dining room table and get tray tables and line them around the walls of our dining room, which is a really huge space. So everybody can be socially distanced that live in the same household. And then Daryl and I are going to buy a bunch of disposable plates and cutlery and cups, and then have everybody's food prepackaged to go. So we literally can come together with our masks on. We can eat, take them off to eat, obviously, put them back on so we can just talk and share and do our tradition of talking about what we're grateful for. And then everybody's food will be packed and ready to go, and they can leave, and we won't congregate for too long. But we are trying to find ways to continue our traditions, but also be mindful of the risks that are involved. So I think we were really happy that that's kind of like a happy medium we came up with in terms of protecting our family and ourselves.
Yeah, and I can't wait to actually do it. It follows sort of the trend I've noticed, such as Whole Foods, like they've put everything on the edges of the store.
Mm-hmm.
They There's not so many aisles. It's just sort of a they've scooted all the what would have been the bins together in the middle so that you're not like bumping into people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're using sort of the same idea with having people along the aisles, along the outside of the room,
Right.
and then we'll just sort of have the we'll be the servers, and we'll
Right.
keep everybody from interacting. So
Right.
I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to see my family and
Right.
see our
Absolutely.
family. So that's the biggest thing.
Absolutely. Well, here's interesting. I will be 38 at the end of November. I'm not going to say the exact date,
Woohoo!
but I will be turning 38. And honestly, I told Daryl, this year has been such an emotional roller coaster. I don't know if I want a lot of gifts. I don't know if I really mean that, but yeah, I don't know if I want a lot of gifts. I really just want something sentimental. And a lot of people have been asking me, well, Mary, what do you want? What do you want? And I said, I want you to share something with me that makes you feel how I make you feel. I want something of sentimental value that I can keep, hold on to, that will create a memory for me. And I think my focus and shift has really evolved to that. I've really got a chance to understand what's important and what matters. And it's not really material things. It's really about how the relationships you have with people, how you treat the people in your lives, how you love on them, and how you create memories that will last a lifetime. The memories are always going to be there. Those material things definitely come and go, but the memories are always there. That being said, we have not left the house for any reason since like February. So maybe staying at a hotel for like 1 or 2 nights might be nice. Just to literally just sleep in another environment, obviously being safe. But, we have time to figure that out.
Yep, we definitely do, and now I know what to be thinking about. But I mean, we already we already knew, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just on birthdays, one thing is for sure, with the separation that we have this year, loved ones, seeing them, hearing from them, and just like knowing that everybody's still okay
Yeah,
means a lot this year, and
it does.
birthdays mean a lot more this year. So
Yep.
it's a great thing to be able to commemorate that, you know, we're all still here.
It is.
So
It is. You're so right, Daryl. Having a birthday in 2020 is so significant because there are over 200,000 just Americans alone who were robbed of that privilege,
yep,
and worldwide millions more. So our hearts go out to those families impacted, and we are always in constant prayer for everyone to be covered and protected and to survive this thing. So, the last topic is Christmas. So, admittedly, in the last few years, we probably haven't really gone over the top with Christmas. We're business owners, And so we've always kind of been in this mind frame of just working and preparing and focusing on the business. But to Daryl's point, this year we decided we really truly wanted to decorate the house, get a Christmas tree, a real live Christmas tree, which is a tradition that we have in our family. And we wanted to just make the house feel as Christmassy as possible. So my younger sister Jaycee and I have already started making plans, thinking about decorations and ornaments and nutmeg and apple cider, and totally decking the house out. So we were really excited about that. We're looking forward to that. And it gives us something to focus on. You know, we're not so much worried about the gift giving, but we want to just create a nice, warm, cozy space where we can reflect and be grateful for the birth of Jesus, while we also just take in some of our family favorite movies and pastimes and games and cozy pajamas and fuzzy socks. So we are really excited about Christmas.
Yeah, as a Christian, first and foremost, Christmas is about celebrating the birth of Jesus.
Absolutely.
But this year, honestly, it'll also be nice just to, celebrate Christmas, like we've been talking about.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so Mary grew up getting real Christmas trees, and I grew up with the one plastic Christmas tree that we would put together every year. And when that one would go, if it would go bad, I mean, I feel like we might have replaced the tree once, because it was always just, as long as it stands up, let's just use it. But I will say that I have enjoyed having a real Christmas tree in the past years when we did it. Like you said, these most recent years have been so busy that we haven't. But that's one thing I am looking forward to, is the return of the smell of pine and the smell of what is it? That you boil with an apple.
Oh yeah, I do like cloves and cinnamon sticks with apples and nutmeg, and have the whole house smelling like just holidays.
Yeah, and then there's like that week between Christmas and New Year's where you really shouldn't expect anything of substance to get done. That's just like real chill time. So I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Also.
Absolutely.
And then looking forward to getting out of this year and into 2021.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us for another episode. Please check us out. Follow us. Subscribe to us on Facebook and Instagram, Cutie Chat Podcast. And you can hear us on...
You can hear us on Spotify Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, pretty much everywhere where you can get your podcasts. If you can listen to it, then we're there. And hopefully you're already listening to us right now. So subscribe and continue.
Follow and share. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This is Mary.
And this is Daryl, signing off.